Hello everyone and welcome to a big one. Today we're going to continue on previous events. Today we are going to be playing with just 2 players. It's not going to be a game where the themes are intertwined with Raina's Liverpool's themes very much, but that's alright. Okay, so where last we had left off, there was about to be some amount of revelations. So let's jump right back. Clara had just offered to answer some questions, and Romeo was about, and we'd cut as soon as Romeo said who. So let's finish that sentence, shall we?
Who, what, when, why, where, and how?
Clara. Who, what, gems? Here.
Let me rephrase that. Who are you exactly?
I'm Clara.
Okay, that's not exactly. You're just giving me your name. You called me a little brother earlier, and I don't. Why?
All right. Okay. So. Okay. Yeah. Due to this information being considered a national security threat, I cannot legally answer without, running the risk of having to arrest you or kill you for knowing the information, since you are not part of the appropriate authorities.
Where were the appropriate authorities when there was a giant corrupted gem fusion destroying hospital? If I remember correctly, they showed up late.
If you'd recall, yes, we showed up
late,
a little bit late, but you had things under control.
Yeah, and for some reason, if I remember correctly, we were also accused to have been invading a movie set, and somebody called me a bumbling idiot. When we did your guys' job.
Yeah, that sounds like something we'd do. Yes. I mean, we don't think that, but it's better, would you want to be responsible for riots and people believing that aliens are? Well, it's a bit too late now. What with the ocean incident a month ago, but everybody's too busy repairing the damage done to the economy to really process the information just yet. Did you know that all of the American war submarines that had nukes on them got either stranded or pulled into that place and would have been unable to fire any missiles if there had been some sort of problem. And
Liam in the background's like, oh god, just horrified at that thought. What if they just detonate those if they wanted to?
And that was just 1 gem.
Right. One gem pulled up the entire ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds a bit out there.
She wasn't.
For some reason, I'm a fusion now, or not fusion.
Based on
hybrid.
Based on some images we got, she wasn't even, the gem was even damaged, so she wasn't even at full power when she did that.
Well then, hopefully she doesn't try to kill us.
That's what I'm hoping too.
On a different note,
Mm-hmm.
you seem to know something about me. Could you answer questions about me?
Yes.
Who the hell am I?
On account of that information being
No. You said you can answer questions about me.
listen carefully. I'm answering. On account of this information being considered a national security threat, I cannot answer them without running the risk of having to kill you or arrest you, since you're not part of the appropriate authorities.
She wants you to. She wants you to.
All right. How do I join the appropriate authorities?
You can see her taking like a pouch that she has on the side. She takes out like a few papers and just hands them to you, and hands a copy to Liam, and it's like you can see it's like hefty NDAs and like paperwork. Here you go.
This is probably gonna be something I'm gonna have to read through tonight.
I'll read it through it.
Yeah, probably. Oh, wait, hold on.
Liam's already doing it.
Hold on, my phone's buzzing. I gotta take this. Hey, Mom! Hello, sir. Yes, sir. You can see she looks like outside of the dojo through the glass window, like she spots something. Yes, sir. No, sir. Right away, sir. Gotta go. She.
Romeo will look out the window. Does he see
Sure.
anything?
You can both make an investigate check to try to piece together what she was, what it was that she was staring at. Okay.
6.
You don't spot it, Liam. You saw her eyes home in on a CCTV camera on the other side of the street.
Wait, your mom's your boss?
On account of that information being considered,
You don't have to say it. I get it.
I'll see you around.
I know it's a slip up though.
I mean,
As she's leaving, I just say that.
Yeah. For my sake, let's just say that was unintentional.
I won't say anything. Don't worry.
And like, she opens the door.
I walk away as I'm reading the contract.
Okay, waves at you, and she's gonna head out. You see her like kind of like saunting away, as if she just pulled a sort of prank that she's pretty happy about. Like she seems to be in a good mood as she's leaving. So what are you gonna do now?
I go in the back office and start reading the contract.
All right.
I bring Romeo with me.
Okay.
See if his contract's any.
No, both of your contracts are the same. It's basically I put myself under a shit ton of restrictions that make it easy for the government to do whatever they want to me, in exchange for the slight possibility of getting some information. It also means that the contract also talks about being liable to be recruited by said identities to do work of all sorts of kinds because you'll be involved as soon as you have that knowledge. So you this is not
As Liam-
it does not appear to be a very good deal, but then again, it's the best way to obtain information that you've had about this entire situation ever.
As Liam has finished reading the NDAs, he puts them down and is like, yeah, it's a shit deal. But it's literally the only way we're going to get this information. Unless we find another gem, but that's not corrupted. But good luck on us for that one. Ugh. I highly doubt they're going to let us out of town to find any.
Well, I mean, there was a gem in Beach City, right?
Yeah, but like I said, they're not letting us out of town anytime soon.
We have phones.
Yeah, but who are we going to call? Out of character, Ghostbusters. The fact of the matter is that if we could call someone, that would be great, but we don't know who in Beach City we would call. We might be able to just call someone in Beach City and see, like, hey, do you know these gem people? Can you give us their number or something? It's kind of odd, right?
Yeah, but at this point, is there anything normal with our lives?
No, my point is, though, is that there is some normalcy that we have to still deal with.
I'm gonna hold off on signing up for tonight.
Same here. I'll see if I can find anything. If I can try to find someone in Beach City that I can call, but
Okay.
I'm also thinking that they might be monitoring our calls out.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
Make an investigation check to look around for Beach City. Yeah. Okay. So ever since Beach City itself was put into quarantine and protected by from the tsunamis by what seems to be ancient technology. There's been a lot of talk on the internet about trying to contact people there. Some people claim that they have family members there who've just been isolated ever since then. Nobody has all phone numbers going in seem to have been either deactivated or or are like not in the possession of the people who used to have them. There's
A good way to explain it is that the connection to the city is disconnected. Anyone in the city can still contact each other.
Yeah, basically. There is this there's this sort of like compilation online of like 10 weird things about Beach City, and you're gonna see like blurred Yeti like Sasquatch like pictures of garnets and like old pictures of the giant temple and things like this.
No random pictures of amethyst.
That's like you're gonna see like luchador amethyst devouring an entire pizza.
Yeah, I thought as much.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Pearl probably said like no pictures.
Maybe
one or two.
Like there are pictures. There are going to be pictures of Pearl, but it's very easy for people to be like, that seems just like a human where you Photoshop the skin to be like a little bit like paler.
Besides the big thing over her head, the big overhead.
Yeah, but
Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop.
Easy enough, but Garnet's a little bit hard to.
Amethyst is like
as well. Yeah.
Like the color schemes are a bit unusual, but anyways, that's you're searching through this the entire time, like the more you delve into this, the more you get the feeling that like with the way that people interact on the forums, that sort of conversation might be monitored, but that like no if there was concrete proof of anything, it's been like heavily monitored and controlled. So
what's the conspiracy theorist dude's name? I forget his name, and that's it.
Romero.
Ronaldo.
Yes.
I'm guessing Ronaldo's page has been redacted.
No.
Is it still there, unchanged?
Yeah. Like Ronaldo's page is like completely unchanged. You just can't type anything to him, and basically, like lots of the conspiracy theorists think that he's basically just like those people who come out with the partial truth of a hoax to completely discredit it because their writing and presentation is terrible, but then it turns out that they might have some truth, but it's like very discrediting to the whole ensemble of proof.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm just reading Ronaldo's page. Got that wrong. Yeah, got that wrong. Oh, I got that right. Diamond?
So yeah, that's what you're gonna be spending your evening doing. I'm
guessing no pictures of Steven? Or are there? I highly doubt they actually do.
No, I don't think Ronaldo ever suspected Steven.
Yeah, because
not Ronaldo, just in general pictures of Steven.
You find general pictures. I
doubt it because he's a kid.
Yeah, you find general pictures of some of the inhabitants of Beach City, and basically, like you see the upper half of Steven's hair in a couple of pictures of Garnet, just like hanging out, but like. Like
we see an arm behind her on her back.
Yeah, like something like that. But apparently he's cropped out of a lot of like the pictures, just considered to be a bystander.
Constantly being saved.
Yeah. That's like you've been doing this like on the family computer, and your parents are going to approach you. Like you feel a tap on your shoulder, turn around and you see both of your parents, Fred and Kumina, who are standing behind. And they're waiting for you to take off your headphones, and they're gonna say, "Hey, so there was a first jam activity in months today. How are you doing?"
Doing fine, but I put down the NDA right in front of them. The government's got involved.
Well, of course the government's involved. Why do you...
No, my point is they finally have approached us about it.
Ah. Well, maybe that's a good thing. You know, leave it in the hands of the proper authorities. Like you see Fred being like, "Honey,
I give him the
honey,
cliff notes of the.
We don't trust the government in this house. What are you talking about?"
I give him the cliff notes of what's on the NDA.
Yeah. Well, that sounds terrible, and
yes,
they
just
should
get information about what the hell is going on.
As you listen, I don't even think you could sign this document since you're not like an adult yet. Okay, that sort of thing does not fly with just kids.
Cadric out of character.
Huh? Yeah.
Cadric out of character.
Yeah.
Look at my character sheet and look at his age.
Oh, wait.
I'm 19. He's 16.
Okay, never mind then.
I'm an adult. Actually, yeah, Romeo can't sign this because he's 16. I'm 18.
Yeah.
He would need Romeo would need a parent or guardian to sign it, and I could literally just sign it right now. So back in character. Reverse all what you said, but go on.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't sign this. It says they can take a hold of like almost everything that you own and regard it as proof, as evidence. So
yeah, I know. I would say I would get a lawyer, but there's no really good lawyers around here.
Yeah.
At least as far as I know.
I mean, at least if does Romeo also has anybody else gotten one of these?
Romeo did. Thing is though he's 16. He can't sign it without parent or guardian saying yes.
I mean, if that was necessary, I could volunteer to get the information and then like not tell you anything about it.
No, I don't think it works that way. I don't think they want you to know about it at all. Me and Romeo, the only reason they're allowing us even this is because of the clink, 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 these things. Oh yeah, recently we found something out about Romeo. He's a hybrid too.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that right after the herd.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oceans.
It's been a wild couple of months. His parents will notice that Liam. This is strange for them that Liam has never looked this stressed. No matter how anything's happened at school, anything, no matter what the situation, Liam's always looked fairly calm and collected. But for first time in a long time, they see Liam just out of sorts.
They're kind of like in tune with that. They like Fred is going to say, "You didn't look that stressed when you were dealing with monsters destroying the entire city. You know, it's okay if you want out of this. You know, if you want to take a trip to grandma's for an extended period of time until all the monsters around here are dealt with or something.
I don't think I can for multiple reasons. The government will still follow me, monitor me, pester me, for one. Two,
I mean, it doesn't seem like they were pestering you. You've only seen those agents like a couple of times, right?
two. Hold on. This is a lot of parse through. Out of character, sorry. Two, I feel like I'm somewhat responsible for starting some of this. Not just for just going to Romeo. Did Liam tell them? I'm pretty sure Liam would have told them about the whole thing with Halite.
Okay, so
With the whole thing with Halite technically being my gem.
well,
And causing all the problems we were having.
You know, it is
originally.
You're well, about that. Your mom and I were talking, and you used to live without that gem, and we could get some surgery. If I mean, we might be able to afford it. We've been saving money for that in case that was something you wanted. Ever since we found out that piece of rock is linked to all of those alien problems. So if you want out, and you want out for good and for the government to leave you alone, I think that might work.
I would say that would be a good way to get out of it, but neither of us know that's actually true. This gem, I don't know whether... I'm afraid that if they do take it out, I will die. It's not that I know, it's more of a feeling. The same feeling I get whenever I use my powers.
Alright, better not to bring this up, but if you're ever in a situation where it's too dangerous and deadly and you need it out, we'll make sure that there's an out for you.
Okay.
You've been protecting this town, and the people of it are really grateful. You know. So,
Funny. I'm not even find it funny though. I don't even live in that town.
Yeah. Well, the people around here are glad that you're working like this, and that that you've kept them safe. So it's not just us. Lots of people are here to help.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you get some sleep? You look. I mean, it's 2 a.m. already. You've been doing some of your research for a while.
Dang. Yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep.
All right. And that's when your phone rings. We're going to switch to Romeo. Romeo, what do you do during this evening?
Think to start off, you probably would have gone home.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's probably just sitting in the kitchen reading over this himself. Quietly.
After some point, he will give a text with the cliff notes of what's in the
What you got there, buddy? Says Barrett. Yeah, Barrett.
An NDA from the government.
Ooh, fancy. Yours had more pages than mine had.
Oh gosh, seriously, that big?
Sorry,
No. It's not an idea with the government. It's the what's it called? The advanced research that I'm doing with Dr. Becker. Like she's trying new techniques that we don't want the competition to be aware of. Things like that.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense.
Yeah. Yours is 3 times as thick as mine was.
Who's Dr. Becker?
Oh, you remember the...
Yeah. I remember meeting her. Where did she come from?
Here, Hillstown.
What do you guys do?
She's the reason I moved here. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you, but your mom and I, we couldn't really have kids on our own, and we heard the reputation of the fertility clinic, and we were hoping that we could that by moving here things would work out, and they did, because we got you, and it's been a blessing having you. We've been so happy, and well, we were still trying to conceive, and Dr. Becker was amazing, so I already had my medical degree, so I started working with her. But originally our plan was not to adopt, but when, well, we filed for it, and it was taking forever, but then you just walked out of the woods, and the procedure actually went pretty well. I saw, I met you at the hospital. I don't know if you remember, you still had like that amnesia, and we hung out, and you were a great kid, so yeah, we signed the forms to become your legal guardians, and it all worked out.
My mild curiosity. What are some of these advancements?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
It's not the first thing. It's not the first time I've heard that tonight. So,
just advanced cell growth. Like some people can't have children in their wombs for very long, so we have to make them age, have the fetuses develop faster than they usually would, and there's lots of other stuff like this that Dr. Becker and the team have been working on. It's really high concept stuff, like what you call that, like the razor's edge of technology, razor edge,
cutting edge
technology. Yeah, that's the one.
that is gonna sound absolutely asinine. Are you guys using Gemtech?
No.
Have you ever seen her work?
Yeah, I work with her. I work for her. I'm privy to... Hey, Hey, kiddo, don't start seeing connections where there are none. She's this nice doctor I work for.
Do you know anything else about her private life?
I mean, she loves to play soccer, and she's a very busy person. Definitely likes pizza, but hates it when there's anchovies or pineapple on it. Keeps on, yeah. Make sure that like we're working on something like really big these days that could really like change the entire field. So she's big on making sure we don't break our NDAs. So I can't tell you an enormous amount about this, but I can tell you we're not using Gemtech. You don't need to worry about that.
Insight?
Huh? Yeah, go ahead.
There you go.
I have a +6 to this.
Your
23.
Your father is a terrible liar. He believes every word that he's told you.
He believes every word that he's told him. Okay. Maybe if possible, it'd be cool to come to the hospital with you one day just to, properly introduce myself to this lady,
Sure. I mean, she comes here every now and then, but as long as you don't go into into some parts of the hospital, yeah, you could definitely come and meet her.
All right.
So, why do you have an NDA from the government?
Because the whole,
Ooh, are you gonna be a spy?
kinda.
Ooh, fancy. Wait, hey, you make sure to read that thoroughly before you drop a single drop of ink on that paper, okay? They will screw you up.
Oh yeah, no, the deal's absolutely horrible.
Okay, do not sign it then.
I wasn't planning on it. Just now.
Good. That's my kid. All right, you want microwave mac and cheese?
Sure.
He's gonna head off.
Your wife needs a lozenge.
What?
Your wife needs a lozenge.
Oh, yeah, probably. Anyways, are you going to do anything else tonight, Romeo?
I guess after eating and after everybody settles down, he'll probably go up onto the roof and just sit there for a bit.
All right. All right, you are watching the night sky. It's quiet. It's a nice evening. In the distance, you can see the what's it called? You can see the damage that was done to the park by your fight is mostly under wraps. Yeah, overall it's it's a quiet time.
Top of the hill's been blasted to shit.
Yeah. You get a sort of like tap on the shoulder, and you turn around and see nothing there. Romeo. Liam, you were muted.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm just rambling to myself.
Yes,
you feel something getting pressed against your shoulder, and when you look down, there's a piece of paper with an address within Hailstone there, and then you hear the tiles of the roof creaking, and in the direction of the edge of the roof, and then the sound just stops.
Okay. Do his parents think that he's in bed?
Yeah, at this point, they think that you're in your room at least.
Okay. He's gonna go find the address.
All right. Do you call Liam? I did cut away from Liam, assuming you were going to call him, which is why I told him that his phone was ringing at 2 a.m. But that's perfectly up to you.
He'll call him when he's there.
Okay. So you you walk around, and you make your way to the address. It doesn't take you very long. You get to the place, and it's this sort of old industrial-looking site. It's got like wires around it. It's got a chain-linked fence around it, and it seems to still be operating at night. The signs indicate that this is the local nuclear plant.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like off from the rest of Hillstone, but still pretty close.
Okay. Romeo will text Liam and will send him a message saying basically like, got a note saying this address, and he'll post the address. Be here whenever you can.
Liam is pensive for a second. He before he texts back, he actually looks up the location and sees what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing he sees this.
Yeah.
It's like factory. Cliche. Yeah. I'm guessing my parents are asleep by now, or this is literally after they just were about to leave.
Yeah, after they were about to leave.
Fuck. Buses are definitely closed by now.
I love the image that I have of sometimes like your parents dropping you off to the site of adventure, you know.
Thanks, bye.
Back in hand, just like, I'm ready. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Like it feels a lot like the relationship that Greg and Steven have a lot of the time.
Pretty much.
And I'm glad that I'm able to replicate that to some degree.
It's like, oh, my kids do it. Oh, my kids save the world. I look at him. Has the car been fixed yet?
Yes, it has been.
Writes a note. Writes a note to his parents. Leaves it.
What did you say?
Writes a note to his parents.
Okay.
Leaves it somewhere he knows they'll see it.
Yeah.
Takes the keys. Grabs his pack and goes.
All right. right. You get there. You get to the edge of the place. Yeah, seems to still be operating at this time of night. Although you don't see much activity, and you do see by the time you get there, Romeo, you've seen like the guard making rounds.
And of course, on my way in a car.
Yeah. So yeah, what do you do?
Did the note have any other sort of anything on it other than dress?
Nope.
Looking around, does it seem like there's anyone specifically looking at him?
There doesn't seem to be anyone.
Okay.
Well, you took your sweet time. You turn around, and this person is right there.
Okay.
Actually, maybe I should not. Hold on. Make all of that visible to y'all. But
Oh, she can cast greater invisibility.
Frick. I'm glad I didn't take see invisibility. That wouldn't have helped. I'm pretty sure.
No, you can see through that still. It's invisibility.
Oh, okay, cool.
all right, follow me. And basically, like she starts to head towards like one of the gates in the side of the chain linked fence.
Okay.
All right.
Romeo will look to Liam, just like with a shrug, and just start to follow.
Does the same.
Yeah. She gets to the chain link fence. You see her like looking in her wallet through multiple cards, and she's gonna swipe one of them until the door unlocks. Pushes it in. Makes her way towards the inside. Like you can see that she takes out this sort of like small remote control type apparatus, points it towards the cameras as you're heading inside, and like clicks in their direction. She reaches the door and swipes another card and enters. You follow her into the basement until you come across this large door, basically, that is green, that has sort of gem glyphs on it, and a handprint. She turns to Liam and just points to the handprint. You can see that like there's crystals on each side, one of which is lit up blue, and the other one is still turned off.
Boop.
The second crystal starts to emit a blue light, and the door opens, and she says, "Thank you." And she takes a flashlight and turns it on, starts to look inside. This is very far away from the ship, but this looks like the inside of the ship. And she...
How far does this fucker go?
She turns around and she says, it actually split in two when it crashed.
Ah, that makes sense. I was like wondering, like, are we far away from the other thing? How big is the freaking thing? So they, okay, so even if someone turned that thing on, they're not getting that thing out of the ground anytime soon.
This is as far as you need to go, but if you want to come. Like, she turns back around and she heads deeper insight.
You want to go, Romeo?
Yes.
Let's go then. He walks forward.
Okay. You enter this room that is filled with fungi and roots from nearby greenery. Alright, and you look around, and it seems like this is mostly gem tech, but there's also human tech. There's like computers there, there's tables, there's equipment, like
Does it look like there's signs of halite around here?
Not in that room. But you yeah. You look around, and if you want more info on all of this, I'm gonna need you to make an investigation check to spot any details.
Hey, Ron, you want to help me with that? I only have +3.
I mean, the same, but I can also make a check.
Yeah, you can both.
No, I mean help.
Do the help action.
Yes.
Gives you advantage.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, 22. Yeah, you look at this stuff, and it's A, it's military grade. B, it's military grade from 6-7 years ago.
I like that Liam knows that.
Like it's like you can recognize like the size of some of the computer screens are much bulkier than what you're used to. Like some of these are just old Macs and PCs.
I look at them, but then I notice the hardware on. I'm typing away, and I look at the hardware. It's like, oh hey, this is actually like mid-range for nowadays.
The white-haired lady that you're with just keeps like you can tell that she's looking around. She seems to be looking for something, but very quick. But like her flashlight does not stay on the human equipment for very long. She just keeps going through the room.
Yeah, I'm just poking through the stuff.
Yeah, she's going to another room, and she has the only source of lights at the moment. So do you?
Oh damn! I should have taken the light cantrip.
You have a phone.
Oh duh. Boop.
Yeah.
Romeo is gonna follow the lady though.
Okay.
Modern setting.
Modern setting for the win. Liam, do you stay behind?
I go with.
All right. Yeah, like you come across like a couple of intersections. You notice that there was Gemtech here, but it seems that the entire ship has been stripped of any components other than like the hull. Most of what is technological here is actually things left behind by humans. You also find like traces of excrement on the floor, but that's like old and mummified. Like most of it is in the corridor right outside of the room you entered, and like you reach an intersection that's divided into 3 different ways, and the white-haired lady He's gonna look all three directions and then gonna head this way.
Looking around, the technology that is down here, does it seem to have any sort of like use recently? Like, is it all covered in dust?
It's all covered in dust. And it's not even like they're like the other part of the ship that you were in was like the power turned on and they were lights. Here it's all complete darkness, and when you look for them, the lights have actually just been like removed from the ceilings. There's just enough, like the only thing gem related is the walls, basically.
Okay. In the past few years, like you said, it was about 7 years old, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I guess, has there been any strange advancements in town? Any changes that, like, obviously Romeo wouldn't know anything prior to 3 years ago, but I mean, if there's anything that's like
3 years ago. Okay, let me backtrack on that just a little bit. It's closer to 3 years to 3 years old tech.
Okay. Has there been any changes
I
with
mean,
technology since?
no. The most obvious change in that time that you can tell is your appearance and Liam's accident.
Romeo's gonna keep following quietly, just looking around.
Alright. You are going to reach a this large room with there's this like metal grid on the floor and turbines beneath it. But what draws your attention most is the sort of like human cyborg cybernetic body that's like stuck to one of the walls that is in heavy state of decomposition, and that seems to be the smell that the white-haired lady was following. And when she sets eyes on this, you like there's a sigh coming from her. She looks both resigned but also slightly relieved, and she's going to move towards the corpse.
Hey, so as much as I love this smell, what's going on?
This is Alfred. He's my husband. Well, was. You can see she starts to fidget with the obviously gem tech parts of his body.
Oh, I'm guessing. I look at Romeo. We give each other an odd look, and then we just like. I look.
Okay. How
did Halite do this?
Yes. She locked the door, and without you, and I could only provide half of the code to open it. Now you provided the other half, and I get to see him again. He's been stuck here for, ever since Halite deserted.
He's does it, look to...
Wait, was Halite working for you?
No, it's more like we were working for her.
Her, makes sense.
Well, it's complicated.
Are we still gonna ignore the half-dead body in the room? Cause what happened to him?
He was stuck here. From what I can tell, he used all of the technology that was left behind after Halite sealed this place off from us. to try to maintain his life for as long as possible. Doesn't seem he left any sort of messages. I know he would have tried to leave something behind for me. Oh, there it is. She like presses a switch, and the body animates, and this is what it looks like. And she says,
Cool.
Alfred! And you hear this sort of robotic voice coming from it saying, I'm here. You finally came back. I thought you'd abandoned me. Well, and like you can kind of see like tears streaming down her face, and she says, I did my best. I came back as soon as I could. And he says, it's okay. It's okay. We're together again. And she's going to say, yes. I didn't think you'd still be alive. I'm glad you survived despite what Halite did to you. And Alfred
I don't have a good feeling about this.
And Alfred is going to say, Halite. Yes, Halite. She did this to me. Must destroy Halite. And red components appear all over his body, and you hear a mechanical voice that's slightly different from his, saying, "Battle mode activated. Halite targeted. Engage combat." And everybody roll for initiative.
You really didn't think this through, did you?
I didn't know he was going to be a cyborg. Alright. So... Oh, wait, no. I need to select him before I do that. Alright. Ooh, 4! Wow, not good.
I rolled a 22.
Okay. What was my first roll?
13.
Not much better. Alright. Romeo, you are the first to act. I'm gonna put on some battle music.
Alright. Suppose Romeo will immediately, seeing that this thing's just immediately gonna go into fighting, just like, oh, great. It's gonna run up and go ahead and make a couple attacks against him.
Okay. Yeah. So with the distance, are you able to cross that in one turn?
Yes, I have 40, actually I think possibly 45. At least 40.
You engage Alfred. Yeah. You see the woman is trying to say, no, wait, it's me. It's and that's not, neither of us are Halite. But that does not seem to work. So go ahead and make your attacks.
He will avoid using the destabilizer because I don't know how that's going to affect this guy. Make a couple non-lethal attacks.
Okay.
I'm glad I said
Nice.
non-lethal preemptively. So
Yeah.
I assume the 26 hits at least.
Yeah, the 26 does hit, not the 12 though.
Okay. Solid rolls there.
I'm sorry with your damage rolls. Jesus.
I would like to stun him though.
Okay.
So con save, please.
Alright. Con save. It is that. Yes. Alright. I roll with advantage.
Against stun?
Wait. Oh, hold on. That was slashing damage. Okay.
Oh, well, I think I changed it because of the boots things.
Yeah.
But bludgeoning.
So yeah, it does count as magical attack. So you are going to actually still hit.
Good.
Oh, actually, it's damage resistances, so it would only have been like half damage. Okay, cool. And Constitution 20. I think that's okay. Yeah. All right. In this case, yeah. On her turn, she is.
Bonus action.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Do your thing. Do your thing. Don't let me stop you.
Alright, that's a 14 hit.
No.
Good. Then it's her turn.
Checking. Yeah. 14 does not hit. Okay. What does suggestion do? Suggest a course of activity, magically influence a creature. Okay, yes. Okay. Am I? Oh well, yeah. I've got advantage on resisting this, but yes, she is going to say, "Calm down," and you can see like multiple syringes appearing like around him, and some of them connecting with mechanical or organic parts and just sort of injecting what could be a tranquilizer or something. And okay, so I'm going to need blah 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 blah. Yes, you can also blah 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 blah. Okay, so I'm going to make a saving throw, which is if she's a mage, what would that be? Do you know?
I assume intelligence would be the base on her DC.
Oh yeah, no, but what's the saving throw that he has to make?
Oh, what's this? Well, it would be listed in the spell itself.
Okay. Blah 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 must be worded in a manner to make the course of action. Wisdom saving throw. All right, cool. And okay, what is the blah blah blah? How do I know the Oh, DC 14, that's the one. Alright. And wisdom, and I have advantage. Hey, he resists. Okay, Liam, it's your turn. What do you do?
Charm person. By the way, Romeo, what does charm person do at higher levels? Just more people? I'm guessing?
I think so. I would assume so.
Okay,
I don't think it would affect anything other than...
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. So I used all 3 of my level 4 spells today. Nice. Okay. Alright. Wisdom saving throw.
Visibility, that.
Oh, with advantage, what's the difficulty?
15.
Oh, nice. It's charmed by you until the spell ends or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. 1 hour. The charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. Okay, so...
I effectively start combat. That's an hour, dude. That is an hour.
Yeah. So, yeah. Alfred exits battle mode and says, "Oh, right. Yeah, you don't look like highlights. My sensor just... What did you do to yourself?" And she says, I Highlight was shattered after she escaped, and one of the pieces ended up in this kid over there. I volunteered to take the other piece because I thought I could open the door, but I couldn't, not without him.
Me? Oh, yeah. Go on.
Yeah, that's why I needed you tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, alright, you've calmed down. Well, hopefully we can do that again if you start to freak out, because we wouldn't want you freaking out over on the sight of either of us. Oh, you're stuck to the wall. It's gonna be a hassle getting you out of here, but...
Did we ever get a long rest?
Nope, she still hasn't gotten her spells back.
No, me.
Yeah, neither did you.
That was my own. Oh, I actually pipe up then. That was my last spell. That was my last cast of that for the day. Oh, no.
Isn't it lovely getting key points back at a short rest?
Fuck you. I'm only a half caster. I don't get spells back. Me.
You're a bard, aren't you?
I only get my bardic inspiration back at a short rest.
Well, you still are a full caster.
Yeah. Bards are full casters. I always forget that they're full casters.
But Roman's just gonna look to the woman, just like, can we leave the place before it turns out that there's more cyborgs or something? I greatly appreciate not getting stabbed by a robot.
Yeah, you got it. Hey, I've opened the thumb again. Alfred is here, and he's I'm gonna need a retrieval team ASAP.
I help her. I try to. If she's trying to get him off the wall, I try to help her.
No, she's like, she's calling in a team to help her out with this because, it's obvious it would be like an enormous amount of work. He's kind of got like multiple parts of his body fused to the wall.
Okay. I actually tell them. I actually say it out loud. So, I haven't rested all since the fight today. That was my last time I could cast that.
You can head home. Your work is done.
It has a range.
Okay.
Usually, at one time it didn't, but most of the time it only has a range. And I'll warn you, it only lasts an hour.
Well,
Hopefully they get there fast.
Well, at least I get to spend an hour with you again. Like, Alfred is going to nod. Hey, kids that I don't know, could you give Sabine and us a little bit of time, please?
Sure. Romeo, come on.
Yeah. Romeo.
I go in the other room and search the computers.
Okay. She she talks with him for just like 30 seconds and then runs to where you are and shouts, "Wait."
Damn it. As I'm about to sit down. God damn. Yeah?
Okay, you can't be here when they arrive. They can't see you when you arrive. When they arrive.
They don't know we're here, do they?
You're under observation. We're not supposed to make contact with you, but I haven't... Well, there's been no sighting of Halite for a month. So...
I have an explanation for that one.
I figured you'd have an explanation, but I figured you did something to her, and that she's that the training program is over now.
Okay, good. Okay, good. You know what that was. I was going to say, yeah. So, kind of my fault that thing was around.
Hmm?
It was kind of my fault that thing was around.
No, it's not just yours.
Okay, good.
She tried to train me for a while.
Once she got what she wanted, admittedly, I actually damn it, I can't cast that either. I'm out of spells.
Oh,
I want to show her.
you mean this? Like she, yeah, I've set some bounds. I've only been able to do that, and she's going to cast Unseen Servant, and you're going to see like highlight, but it's kind of like a half of highlight, just bits and pieces of her just hovering above the ground, with her head like to the side, and this like entire chunks of her face missing.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
That's very unsettling.
You're probably only going to be able to cast the other bits of her.
That's very unsettling. Yeah, I could do that. I haven't been able to cast it. I never used it specifically.
So, well, you had it cast all of your life unwittingly, but
I wonder. I always felt a little bit tired.
Yeah. So when my team gets here, if they see that I got your help to open this place, I'm going to be in trouble, and you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
We'll go.
Before we do go,
Yes.
I believe at least some compensation is in order. I'm not expecting money, but I have to ask a question. Since we're not allowed to be here, we're already doing something we're not supposed to be doing, so I feel like it's kind of open field right now.
Okay. What's the question?
Do you know who I am? Not the Romeo bit. Before then.
One question? Yes.
I just want to know. Alright. Alright. Romeo will give a slight nod before turning around and leaving.
I missed what you said. What? not Romeo.
She said yes. She said yes. You're muted, Liam.
I follow Romeo.
Okay. You're gonna.
I actually like try to catch up to him. It's like, hey, Romeo, I got the car. I can drive us out of here.
Okay.
Yeah. You leave the place, and as you're making your way out, there's gonna be a confused guard that reaches the gate after you, like in the chain link fence after you close it. Who's like, hey, how'd you get in here?
Magic.
And don't you come back! Messing with my cameras. Fucking kids.
Just you doing it. It's all security.
This is bad as
Liam's like, is every security guard in this town security?
I mean, to be fair,
Is every authority person literally this bad in this town?
I mean, to be fair, when was the last time anything that wasn't gem related happened when it comes to illegal activity?
I don't know. I live next the town over. Remember?
I think that just kind of just nothing happens, and when anything does happen, it's well beyond our league.
I've had a few crimes happen in my town, so very few. So,
Liam,
I've like met the police at least in my town, and they seem at least somewhat inept.
yeah, the police here tried to punch me in the face, so
Hey, wait, what?
yeah, no, just don't worry about it.
I thought you were joking about that.
No, so Liam,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm probably gonna try to discuss to see if I might be able to get some better terms on that NDA.
I'll discuss it, not you. You've seen every attempt you've tried to discuss anything. Think about it.
You know what? You make a valid point there.
Doesn't he have to roll for it? Thank you. No, as your lawyer.
If we can't discuss any better terms, though, I'm still signing it.
The same here, actually. I want to figure out what's freaking going on.
I just don't know what they know when it comes to me.
Maybe about what happened for me, actually.
All right.
Anyway, we get in the car, and so you want me? We get in the car and drive away.
Okay.
As we're driving, so do you want me to drop you off at your house?
Yeah, like a block away, because my parents don't know I went out.
You better be quiet. They're going to kill you. Well, at least your mom.
I try to block that thought out as much as possible nowadays, but it's still there.
Kai. I'm just glad my parents are so cool with me doing this shit. Well, cool. Not like I like it any more than you do, so hey. Anyway, after a while, we get to his house in block away.
All right.
Well, here you go.
It's nice of you to completely circumvent the only fight I had planned for today. That was pretty good. Like I rolled pretty poorly, even with advantage.
My mom's still asleep.
Yeah. Do you? Okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Romeo's stealth is better than that. Oh, actually.
Okay.
I flashed back to the first time you tried to stealth.
You are you're making your way back into Hillstown, and you're within sight of a block away from Romeo's house when your phone rings, Liam.
Which one of our phone rings?
Liam. You're muted.
As we stop, I pick up my phone and answer it.
Hey, so it's Kumida, your mom. She's
yeah.
Hey, so you know the whole thing about the government getting involved into all of this?
Are they there taking the gems?
They're there taking the gems.
That's fine. That's fine. As long as they don't cause problems and release one of them. Just tell them to be careful about the bubbles. If those things pop, they'll get out.
Okay. And how do I say this? You know how your dad doesn't really trust the government?
He doesn't have to trust them. He just has to.
He tried to
deal
stop
with it.
them, and
Oh, did he get bopped in the face?
they're taking him away right now.
Oh, God damn it. Dad's put me in a difficult position here.
You know, I'm gonna, you know where we talked about getting you a lawyer for that NDA? I think we're gonna need to get a lawyer anyways.
Yeah. I'll look into it.
I'll take care of the lawyer a bit.
I'm going
Make sure
talk
to get
him.
home. Make sure to get home safe, please.
No problem. I'm just dropping off Roman right now. Romeo. Bleh.
Okay.
So, and then I hang up.
Okay.
So, how much did you hear?
I mean, like, only half. I have the conversation. You were on the.
Some phones are pretty loud. So yeah, the government went to my house, taking all the gems that are there. Yeah, my dad doesn't like the government too much because got taken away.
That doesn't sound.
No, I might have to just sign the NDA now. Thanks a lot, Dad.
I mean, we're gonna sign it anyways.
Yeah, but I could have at least argued the terms.
Yeah, they do hold a stronger ground against you.
No, now Liam, I can't see you. Wait. Yeah,
I just reloaded.
yeah, Liam, I could see you before.
Reloaded.
Okay, I might be able to see you soon. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So you. Oh, you're muted.
My page was getting an error.
Got it. All right.
Oh, hey. Axel's here.
Nice. I was
Regardless.
okay.
Oh, go on.
Hmm?
Go on.
Okay. You head home. You find your house has kind of been searched. It's a little bit of a mess, even though Kumina is like stress cleaning it. It seems that like all possible gem technology has been investigated and searched for. And,
Well, good. I didn't have any.
yeah, but all of the bubble gems have been taken away.
Well, they didn't take the stabilizer from Romeo.
Well, Romeo wasn't there,
About that.
so yeah, and she sees like when you arrive, she runs to you and she's gonna hug you and say, "It's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this." Okay, so there aren't any lawyers open right now, but I thought about it, and I don't think your father would want you to sign that NDA just to try to get him out of there.
I might be able to argue the terms, but since Dad's done this, he's put me in a really annoying position of I don't have any freaking leeway now. They literally holding him over my head. We'll see what I can do though. Their boss, Emily, their boss, don't say this to anyone, by the way, had us help her do something that she wasn't supposed to do. Nothing bad specifically, just not something she was supposed to do yet until we signed the contracts.
Okay. Do you think you can hold that over somebody's head for help here?
Maybe. Like I said, she's the boss of this group.
Okay.
I might be able to at least get that. To at least get rid of some of this BS in this thing.
Do you have well, contact this person as soon as you can.
I'll see what I can do. By the way, can I have asked her for her phone number before we left?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Should have said it.
Okay, so your characters are respectively going to spend times with their in their respective homes, processing everything that's happened today, and how in the morning, how are you going to take care of those NDAs and make it known that you've agreed to those terms?
Well,
I'm going to argue those terms first, not just straight up agree to them.
Okay.
I'm going to at least try to find someone. I don't know how I'm going to, but
I might have an idea as to how to find someone.
how?
Romeo's gonna take the documents back to the dojo.
Okay.
He's just gonna sit down out front.
All right. And you put the documents in front.
Yeah, he's just gonna sit down with them in front of him.
All right.
I sit down with him.
All right. Sabine is going to arrive. She gets out of one of the black cars with tinted windows. She makes her
As she walks up, I get up, go near the door.
Okay. Let's go inside.
Just go near the door. Open the door. They're in.
All right. Okay. Well, let's see. Clara seems to have. Okay, the sensei is just giving you some space. I see that you have.
I literally just look at him.
He's just like,
Get.
So, Clara gave you those. Well, technically, one of you doesn't need to sign them, but it's always good to have a paper trail for those kinds of things.
what do you mean one of us doesn't need to sign them?
You're 16, dude. You don't. It doesn't count you. You're too young to sign it.
It's a bit more complicated.
Unless your parents say yes.
A bit more complicated than that, but have you signed those yet?
No. I was actually going to hope I can argue some of the terms.
Which ones?
I point out these and this, that, and the other.
You do know what the words national security mean,
Yes.
right? If
We won't try to tell anyone anything. But if there's a gem creature right in front of them, we will say things. And honestly, that's what we've been doing. We haven't been outright saying anything to anyone besides our parents, and hell, we were trying to hide it from his parents for a little bit, but then they just found out.
And the media, you know. Well,
And the media, of course, but we couldn't stop that at all. The gem creatures was right there.
Yeah,
That's
we
true.
don't have the power to change how the media is presented. You guys do.
We're just... I'm barely out of high school, he's still in high school.
Yes. Those terms are unfortunately not negotiable. They are.
Come on, let me at least roll persuasion.
She's going to say it's not really up to me, but like you can try to persuade her to try to get something out of her if you want.
If I remember correctly, you also need us to keep quiet about something else.
Okay.
He's technically giving me the help action on this one.
Yeah. Go ahead and go ahead.
I was the main arbiter on this one. He's the one.
Got it. Okay, 13. She is going to say.
Come on. She can.
The signature is mostly a formality. We can arrest you for treason for knowing stuff that you know already, but if you want, she takes her pen out and she's going to scratch out some pieces of the contract, and with her fountain pen, just leave it at. She says, "You did me a solid," so. Yeah, you can just
I
ignore
look at what she scratched out.
those parts and those parts. Yeah, it's
what she scratched out.
it's basically like parts about like there's going to be like some of the more
serious
things.
things.
Some of the more serious things. Like you are going to be able to discuss this between the two of you and not necessarily be responsible if somebody overhears something. But you still have to inform them if somebody overhears you talking about some of this stuff. It's also going to she also scratches out the part where all of the people who know you can also be judged for treason for helping you in any way if you break the contract. Basically, like she's making it obvious that if you do sign, your dad won't be accountable for knowing some stuff.
Good. So I'm glad about that one. Is there anything else in the contract that would still be kind of iffy?
Oh, yeah, you're still basically signing saying that you will work for them for free. In exchange for the knowledge you're given, and also just like not able to discuss anything they don't want you to discuss.
I'm annoyed about the free part, but whatever. Pull out a pen from my pocket. Better. Yeah. Okay, good.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Out of curiosity, ma'am, does this open up opportunities down the line for us to get hired and properly paid?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Government jobs. We both lie above each other.
that is quite a possibility. Yes, I mean that's
Romeo,
how
high five.
that's how it starts, and you do have assets that we could use.
Romeo, high five.
Yeah, you can do high fives between your cameras.
I can't see.
No, Romeo, he's on the other side. No, both of you, it's on the other side. Oh my
He's on the
god.
opposite from me. He's in between you and I.
Yeah,
So
he's
like this?
Yes. There you go. That's perfect.
Yeah, he's to the right of me.
Got it.
He's to the left of me.
All right. Okay. Romeo, do you sign?
Complete idiots to him.
Anyway, I sign.
Okay.
Romeo signs.
Yeah.
Okay.
She takes the documents back, looks at them, puts them in like her briefcase. And is going to say, "We can't talk here, but I'm gonna need the old man to go for a walk."
We could just go somewhere more private.
Or more public. Let's go to the park.
Sure.
Right.
Alright.
So, you head towards the public park, some of which is still lined with police tape.
Police is there. Hey, you're going to have to back up.
Yeah, okay. Give it 1 second. Alright.
No, you back up. I'll file the government now. Bitch.
Sorry about my superiors taking steps last night. They were waiting for an opportunity where neither of you were present to requisition the gems.
Admittedly, be glad that Ames is not around anymore. She probably would have stomped their faces in if they tried anything.
Alright, I can't reveal all the information to you yet, but I can answer some questions. You know Halite? She,
Yeah.
100 years ago, the people of this town came across the thumb, the part of the ship that you saw. They opened it and released all sorts of gems, creating a mass panic, lots of deaths. That's where the dragon that we faced off yesterday came from, the thumb. Now, lots of creatures there were still bubbled, some of them were not, but Halite was inside of the panic room in which you found in which you found Alfred last night. She
How's he doing anyway?
it's complicated.
As soon as I got far enough away, that the spell I did would have just stopped.
We handled the situation.
Okay, good.
Like you can see that she has a bandage on the side of her face, like yeah.
I don't say anything.
She's going to say because she was inside of the walls of that room, Halite was not touched by the corruption beam that hit her Earth. She did not become a monster just like the other gems. She was
Probably helped she was buried under a lot of ground.
Actually, her spaceship was taking off when the beam hit.
Okay.
And because of the corruption, it crashed. We didn't know it disintegrated into multiple pieces. She actually kept that information from us. After she was forced to cooperate with humans in order to try to get her crew under control, she changed her views from, well, thinking that we were poor aimless creatures with no purpose, like the ones gems are given in their empire. She took a liking to us and helped us form the Gems in Black, the organization that I'm a part of. That you're
I'm
also
sorry.
That you're also part of the Gems in Black.
I'm sorry.
That's,
Domingo, do you hear this?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Go.
you can just call it the GIB if it makes it easier for you, Mr. Hayashi. Anyways, she did what she'd done her entire life, which was create weapons. She helped us arm ourselves against the inevitable return of Homeworld. And for decades, it worked. But she changed her mind, and at some point decided to desert. In doing so, she sealed off the thumb and had her training program assist her in multiple tasks, one of which was, well, freeing you, Romeo, from our facilities.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
Your a project of the GIB. We've been observing gems in their at least the ones in Beach City for a little while, and recently, couple 13, 14 years ago, one of them was able to give up her light form to give birth to a human child. Well,
Wait, what?
Human hybrid child, and we've been trying to replicate this with some amount of success, and that's where you came in.
So I'm a project.
Yes, that's why I said you didn't really need to sign the documents. You're technically still government property.
No.
Of course, Halite still had some contacts in the GIB, and she made it easier for your parents to adopt you.
Okay, so that's how that happened.
She'd put your parents high up on the list of people who were allowed to live here in order to get adoptions working correctly. And, well, we didn't realize until recently that she did that so that she could visit, so that she could have an excuse to come to their house and access the rest of the ship that she'd found. That's why your family is living on top of one of the entrances. We only recently found out about this, and, well, my superiors asked us to keep an eye out on you without interfering too much, because the more of Halite we saw, the more we would be able to infer what had happened since she left. We wanted to keep an eye out on her. I realized pretty soon it was just a hologram, because there was no way her physical form could still exist. So,
Well, considering that we...
yes. So,
All right.
Shortly after that,
How does that work? Like, I understand Romeo and I understand the other kid, but how do we work?
well, you were the first of our kind. The car accident that you were in was an encounter between Halite and the GIB trying to recapture her. It failed, and unfortunately, because it happened on the highway, it caused her gem, half of her shattered gem, to be embedded inside of you. We hadn't anticipated that things would happen, but in the hospital where you were taken care of, strange things started to manifest. We understood that injecting gems directly into living bodies could have similar effects as hybridization. So I volunteered to be the second, and that's why, despite being much older than the first gem hybrid, I managed to make things work. I managed to master some of the powers associated with this. That's more or less all I can really tell you.
Do my parents know?
No, they're not aware. They were aware that there was a gem inside of your eye, but not that it had any magical properties when they adopted you. And they weren't aware that they got to adopt you because Halite was facilitating her. Well, that they got their house because Halite was facilitating her own access to, or her own excuses for visiting the house. So they are unaware of all of this.
So even before this, I was still a test, and even afterwards, I was still just a guinea pig.
Pretty much everyone.
I think you cut out.
No, I heard him fine.
Then both of you cut out from me.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. Just go on.
Yeah. Everybody who comes into contact with the GIB ends up being a guinea pig. After all, the reason we let you do your thing and not interfere was so that we could get a better understanding of how your powers might develop without training and how what Halite was up to these days. So that's how we were able to get access to the rest of the ship. And we're currently in the process of getting the technology out of there. You are going to be on our payroll pretty soon, so you are going to come with us and help clear the last of the creatures inside of the spaceship.
Wait, I thought we weren't being paid.
Your labor is required, and you signed the documents, so you qualify for recruitment.
Yes.
So, is the training the reason why Clara hits like a freight train?
The fact that, not all gems are created equal. Yours is rather small, but we think your gem is more associated with speed, which is why you're able to hit so much. She's able to hit so hard. But yes, her training does come into that. Just like my training is the reason I've mastered more powers than Liam has.
Liam's thinking about what the hologram Halite said before it disappeared.
It was kind of
the whole thing about.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Yeah. Like so far, Sabine has not explained why Halite left, or why there was a disagreement, or anything.
No.
But-
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Liam himself
Yeah.
is thinking back
Mhm.
to when Halite, the hologram Halite,
Yeah, disappeared.
disappeared.
Yeah.
The
Told-
final time.
She told you she was preparing you for something. I don't remember exactly what I said.
It was the Diamond Authority and the cluster. I think it was.
Well, I think that was just out of character conversation. I think it was more just something bigger was coming.
I thought you said something specific. Okay. Regardless, though, I do relay that. I'm guessing Halite said that to you as well that there's something big on the horizon.
Yes, she's been
Uh,
warning us
Okay.
about it.
And though you do know Time and Authority from Angel, so hey, would it be the Diamond Authority?
Amongst other things. Right now,
Okay.
we're just trying to give humanity its best chances. The group of gems in Beach City think they have it all covered, but they're gravely mistaken. We need to develop more technology, more weapons, and that's where we come in.
I love out character. I love that in the show that Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl think that they have the whole thing handled.
Yeah, basically.
And then they're not thinking about the rest of the world going on around them.
I just want to like basically the entire premise for this game was me imagining what would a government be doing during the events of Steven Universe.
It's like, what were they doing? Oh, that.
Yeah, basically.
So they're giving them a wide berth because they have it handled. But well,
Yeah.
hey, what's going on over here? Here's a good story here where the government actually does shit.
Yeah, like they're giving them a wide berth because observing the crystal gems is a great way to get more intel, and observing that observing Steven Universe's existence has been one of the major projects of the GIB, based on what they've told you to create hybrids. So
yeah, what'd you say? Romeo?
I was just saying, it's like he was talking about. It's like, well, observing the crystal gems is like their main method of research, basically of how they work. And I was just saying, it's like, oh, and it's also very entertaining. They can make a show out of it.
that's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm just imagining the people who's sitting at the monitors watching them are just with popcorn in hand, just
like a freaking
Universe wasn't his last name.
No, some flunky in the background is literally Rebecca Sugar in the background. It's like,
Anyways,
and they're like, cover story. Ha! You! Yes?
basically what I said I was doing with the movie is actually what would be happening. But they aren't actually making a show called Steven Universe just yet. Anyways,
yet.
And also I love that I can be like, haha, the crystal gems completely they don't know what they're doing. They don't have the weapons and the manpower to stop the Gem Empire. We have to develop more weapons, which is exactly the antithesis of the morality of the Steven Universe show as a whole. But it's also going to complicate things for a lot of people, which is the premise of this.
This is oh god, I'm just imagining the end of this where they're like, okay, we're ready to fight them. Steven stopped them by being nice. What? Fuck!
All of this for nothing. Anyways, let's not jump too far ahead of ourselves.
You can't wait me. We already know the end.
Yeah.
Players, but they don't.
Yeah.
The characters don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, it's just so funny. Anyway,
So
back to the scene. Back to the scene. Sorry, funny thought.
I see from what you've seen of observing your activities, Liam, you seem to have inherited from Halite her more compassionate side and her attempts to solve problems with limited violence. That she developed much later in her life.
I did get one spell verse that's kind of damaging. The one I was using against the monster actually right here.
I need you to know that I inherited her pragmatic views. I'm going to do
makes sense.
what I can to make sure humans survive. Whether you like it or not, you're now part of something bigger. You're now part of the conflict between humans and the first alien species we've encountered. We've got a lot of work ahead of ourselves.
Well, encountered, more like they've been here already for a very long time.
Yes. Here are your burner phones. I'll contact you tomorrow for our first expedition inside of the spaceship. Have a nice day.
You too. Anything you want? Out of character. Anything you want to ask before she goes?
I have 2 questions.
There you go.
Claire called me a little brother the other day. Is that because we were in the same project? Or we were the same project?
It's complicated. You are from the same project. You also have similar genetic dispositions. The donor was Alfred.
It's a whole lot of baggage I'm not going to deal with right now.
Unpack right this.
That's going to take a couple weeks to process properly. Second question. Is a bit of a stretch, but some things have been coming to mind, weirdly enough. Do you know who Dr. Becker is?
I have heard of her.
Is she involved with any of this?
What makes you think that?
Well, for the fact that you're not saying no right now speaks a lot. But there's this whole weird thing now of
Your father does work for us without knowing about it.
Yeah, I had a weird feeling that was the case.
He's contributing to the research to make human gem hybrids grow faster. The
best way to get people to work for you with passion is to make them work on the thing that they think they're working on.
So, gem hybrids, human gem hybrids, at least natural-born human gem hybrids, are able to tap into some amount of knowledge from their gem and are able to shapeshift. This ability also comes with the ability to make oneself grow older or younger depending on one's state of mind. So we worked on as you know, the original human gem hybrid is 13-year-old, but you appear older than that. What we did was use some of Halite's technology she was attempting to stabilize corrupted gems, and we did stabilize them sufficiently to have them have wombs, and then to transfer some of their motor skills, some of their ideas of their maturity and age to you, which means you were a fully formed, well, you had a fully formed consciousness despite your body in effect being actually 3 years old.
I look at Romeo, it's like,
So my mom's a rock, and my dad's now a cyborg.
At least your genetic components. I'm more of the opinion that the people who raise you are the people who are your parents, but essentially, yes.
So wait, how old am I then?
3 years old. You were born the day Halite released you from your gestation tank, which is why your memory forming abilities were not activated yet.
so you're a toddler. Liam's laughing in the background.
There's so much to unpack.
Liam's just laughing now.
Liam, why are you laughing?
Cause you're a fucking toddler.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder.
You see him laughing, but you also know that it's a little bit of hysterics, a little bit of the stress of the whole thing. But you do see him that he, because of laughing, is finally relieved after the whole situation. For a little bit, at least.
So wait, there's no gem information that I just don't know in my eye?
To be precise, we were able to stabilize your corrupted gem well enough that...
You cut out.
You hear me?
Yeah, it just cut out for a little bit.
Okay. We were able to stabilize your corrupted gem well enough that she transferred her maturity, her combat skills, and other things like this to you. And because you felt you had the maturity of, well, your age, your body adapted to that. There's probably more available, but because the gem was corrupted, the amount of information transmitted is limited. It's been the same with Clara and the other hybrids.
Oh, wait, there's more than just two?
Do you think that they would just stop at 2? It's been 3 years, man.
Actually, we had to stop after Halite sealed away the thumb. Her stabilizing machine was there. I mean, we haven't been able to replicate it, but now that you've opened the door, operations can begin anew.
You're planning on making more of me?
Well, that's the reason we That's the reason we obtained the gems that were in Liam's place. Now, of course, we're gonna have to get another donor since my husband is not able to provide genetic material anymore.
Okay, I have several issues with this. Those gems are people.
No,
They
were people.
no, they actually can't. It's been told to us by Angel, at least before she got turned, they can be returned to the original state. It's just
Halite thought so
we
too.
don't know how.
Halite thought so too. That's why she worked for decades on her stabilizing machine. It never worked. All we were able to do was modify the bodies of the corrupted gems slightly and improve their knowledge slightly, but never return them to sentience.
Well, what if you tried something with the false hybrids that you're making now?
What do you
Have
mean?
you even, like, I mean, if they're stable enough to maintain
Themselves.
some semblance of control, you know, like how I guess mine's still corrupted but not out of control.
No, they're
Maybe there's
still
something
out
with-
of control. They're still out of control. We're able to restore some of their combat skills and force them to grow a womb. That's basically the only two things we're able to do.
And I'm saying maybe there's something to do with human genetics that could be the answer to it, because I feel like Hallie might just have been looking at gems alone. What if she look at something from an outside source?
I don't understand what you mean.
Well, the gem I have is corrupted, but I'm in control, right?
Yes, that was the entire premise of the project, was to make hybrids so that we could have the powers of the gems on our side.
Yeah, and my gem's still corrupted. Clara's gem is probably still corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think they would be more useful if they weren't corrupted? Maybe there's some way we could get rid of the corruption while we have it.
Yes, that is possible. And it is something that is being researched, but it is not the top priority. You're making more it's unfortunate, but as should there be an invasion right now, we would have to rely on you, which you qualify as a child soldier. But that is the reality that we have to live with, and lots of people have come to accept that the harsh reality ever since the ocean incident. I'm sure that you've seen the news of what happened to Europe, Africa.
Yes. Is that why one of your friends was so willing to just shoot a lightning bolt at?
He's been reprimanded for this, but his aim, he was aiming for the monster next to you.
He also left a destabilizer behind.
I do recall, yes.
Somebody else has that now.
Do you know who? Is it the person who's been paying you to keep providing bits and pieces from the scenes of the incidents?
Yes. He doesn't even try it. He doesn't even try.
Romeo just looks at Liam, just like,
Oh, I'm going to rat her out easily.
yes, yeah.
We have that.
We're getting paid by them now, so
We have that situation under control.
Okay, good.
You're the guys buying it from her, aren't you?
When it's actually valuable, yes. You've been technically on a paycheck from one of our subsidiaries for a little bit.
Okay, so we've been working for you anyway.
I guess a reclamation to some extent.
We're technically contractors at that point.
So, I think I'm gonna go home. I've got a lot to process.
And digest.
It was... I would say it's nice talking with you, but I feel like I've only become more confused talking with you. And I think I would rather have not known this conversation. But it answers a lot. Apparently I'm only 3 years old. I'm gonna go home now.
Liam's in the background.
I will kick you in the chest, Liam.
He stops himself from giggling.
Did you have fun bonding and sharing this whole half-gem debacle? I'm gonna go. Wow.
As he leaves, so what's the possibility of these getting these things out of our chest?
This was attempted on test subject number 3.
I'm guessing it died.
Test subject number 3 was a chip that was injected with a corrupted gem that was full. It managed to unlock some of the abilities of the gem, but well, our life force is bound to the gem in a lot of ways.
I thought as much. I had
probably why it hurts you when every time that you pull at it.
Yeah, I knew that straight off, actually. Every time I thought about it,
Mm-hmm.
I got a dull ache where the gem is.
Subject number 3 is in a coma, so it's not lethal, but it is very damaging. Sorry, what?
Nearly deadly.
Mm-hmm. It turns out what doesn't kill you can also scar you for life and put you in a lifelong coma.
Haha.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I think now would be a good time to end the game for today, if it's fine with everybody.
Surprised Axel didn't come in at all. Surprised Axel didn't come in at all.
I think he'd have come into the middle of like important revelations. I'm gonna try to publish this video as soon as possible so that he can like
Catch up.
Get all of the intel. I was planning on like being mysterious, doing the fight, and doing a couple of revelations and then stopping, but because you went through the fight in half a turn. Anyways, I'm just stopping recording now.
Yeah, you didn't assume past my charm person.
Anyways,
hey, it would have been even better. Calm emotions if I had that one. It's okay, calm emotions, bam.
Anyways, y'all have a great day.
Alright.
Hi everyone, and thank you for watching this video. If you want to keep up with all of the adventures on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so you can get a notification each time we upload the next episode of this story. And it would be very nice of you to like and share the video to help this channel grow. Have a nice day everyone.